YouTube channel near you.
Well, hello there, Cheyenne, Kathy A., Lorna, Roger Blair, Rebecca, Rosemary, Denise, Woo Ryder. Welcome to the show, Lorna. So we got Gary. Gary outside doing the hay or baling. Well, a little bit too hot out there. I saw your videos. How you doing there, Jennifer?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm glad to be back home. It was nice up there in Ohio, so it's nice to see you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, right. So a round of applause to everybody. So what have you been up to?
Just working, taking care of sick cats.
Sick cats? Wow.
Yeah, I have a kitty that's sick, so that was my whole day today. But just working, staying busy, hunting those ghosts.
Yeah, right. Yeah, interesting. Hello there, Liana and Amy C. Nice to see you there. Welcome. So this is part 2, ladies and gentlemen, of who is it? Mercedes Vega. Yeah. So I didn't see any updates when I looked last night. Did you find any?
No, I didn't. I see a lot of posts on their Facebook page, but nothing on, news released anyway.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a new addition that's joining our family tonight. So when she comes aboard, let's give her a warm welcome. So we'll step right up and we'll bring Angela. Come on down.
Hi.
Hello there, Angela. How are you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. So how was your day today?
Oh, busy, working as always.
Right. So how'd you turn up on this case?
Okay, so the first images, without even drawing our runes or doing much focusing, the first image that came to mind, I saw a knife. I felt anger on the part of the perpetrator, and I started drawing the runes, and I got Yara, so I got the impression that she was in a relationship, but it was kind of like an on and off relationship. Like they were on again and off again, on again and off again. It's the impression I was getting. It's like, and the next rune I brought was Othala, upside down, which means disapproval from a female, but the relationship. So like a mother disapproved of this boyfriend. Somebody did not like him. Her friends did not like him, particularly the females. I got that he's an unemployed man, no effort to take responsibility, selfish, controlling. I got Fayu upside down, which means he didn't have any money, so he was unemployed. I kept getting the impression he was unemployed and has no intention of being employed. And I got Helgelas upside down. Helgelas is disruption, but I got it upside down, so major disruption. With that, I got an image of this male making a scene, losing his temper in public, yelling at her, putting up a big fight, verbally abusive. And the next rune I got is Langus upside down, which Langus is water. I got the impression sunk in water, like a small body of water. I got Manas, which is a literal bridge. So I saw with Manas like an old rickety bridge, an old short bridge of some kind over water. I got that she's deceased. And then I got Degas. So, and with Degas, when I pulled the Degas rune was telling me that the perpetrator was going to be exposed and that somebody was going to turn him in. And it's usually a male that's close to him that normally protects him will no longer protect him and turn him in and tell the police what he knows. And then the last thing I got was Thoris sauce. Thoris sauce is something sharp. So again, it's reiterating knife. And I also saw a cutting instrument used to do further harm after the person was deceased in order to be able to put a body in a container and put it in water.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, that is the picture that was distributed out to everybody. It's on the panel. That is the picture we also advertised with. So I just wanted to show that to the audience. So, okay. Anything else you'd like to add, Angela?
That is it. It just looks, I just feel like a really strong feeling that somebody's going to talk and turn this person in.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Angela. Stand by. And next up, Kelly Joe. Come on down, Kelly. Welcome.
Hello.
How you doing there, dear?
All right. How are you guys?
I'm doing fine. So how'd you do on it?
Well, I got that it was an older male, and I feel strangulation and knife. And her naivete is what got her killed. And transference from one place of the body to another. And I saw water, and it's not that far off of a road, like maybe 5 miles off a road. It's shallow.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Stand by. All right. Next up, Christopher. And see here if I can hit the right button here. And welcome, Christopher. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Chris? How you doing?
Wonderful.
Hey, Chris.
All right. So this was a very interesting case because I worked this case for a couple of days and I was getting just what's the term, oodles and garbage information. So first thing I got was the fact that she's a very kind girl. Maybe could be a little bit shy around some people. Very smart and very talented. And she might be in her, say mid-30s. I was thinking maybe 33, 34. And I got the feeling like she was either a singer or perhaps like a dancer of some sort. And she worked at maybe like a dance recital of a place where a lot of people gather around. She wasn't treated right there though, and she had like maybe some, I don't know if it was a couple of friends that weren't too kind to her. She had a one of the gentlemen there, or friends of hers. I kept seeing a gentleman that she was with, but he wasn't very that she thought he was okay at first, but then she kind of like changed her mind and realized he wasn't who she thought he was, and so she tried to ignore him. There was other people that would come and watch her dance and stuff. So then I got the feeling, as I got going, I got the feeling like this was more like maybe like not so much a dance recital place, but I got the feeling as I was going that this was more of like a club of some sort, and she might have been forced to give out her cell phone number and stuff from a couple of gentlemen there. She was being watched. I kept feeling like one of the gentlemen ended up following her, watching her. She was like targeted by one of the guys, and she had a vehicle that she was driving at the time of her not disappearance, but at the time of her death. But the vehicle wasn't hers. I got feeling like it was either family members or it was somebody that loaned her a vehicle to get back and forth to work. And I kept feeling like she was like choking at the time of her death, like she had fluid in her lungs, and I also kept feeling like a very hot feeling, like she like there was a fire that she was in. I didn't, and at first I was thinking, was she killed in a home? And then I kept feeling like no, it was an outdoor death, and I kept seeing fluid in her lungs, and whoever it was that did this, I feel like he's not going to come forward, but I feel like as time goes on, that somehow he is going to get turned in by either a family member or maybe a brother. And I kept hearing her say as I was doing my work that she kept saying something about check the cameras, and also I was hearing something like there's more to it than what people know, and that's it for my work.
All right, awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting. Now, the next person coming up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to have her to be on her show. She's very well known across the United States and worldwide. She was featured on one of the shows with Peter Marks and Angela Ford. So let's go ahead and bring her on. Hello, Ona. Welcome. So introduce yourself and give us a little background about you.
Okay, well, my name is Anne. And I'm a psychic medium and tarot card reader. I've grown up this way with my family back east. We're originally from New York and Connecticut area, and family of intuitives and tarot card readers. And I got the fortunate ability to communicate with those that have passed over, and many other things. So when you sent me this invite to join you, I was very intrigued because this is something that I have been wanting to do, because I can do remote viewing, and I didn't realize all my abilities had different names. So I've been learning as I go along that because in my family it's just all kind of, they just call it psychic or intuitive, and but I learned that one of my abilities is called remote viewing, and I have been wanting to be able to help in some form if I can with these abilities, put them to use, right? So to help others. And I'm also a minister, or an ordained minister. I was the head pastor of a local church in Tucson, Arizona, and I retired from that because politics and spirituality really don't mix. So
Right.
From that. And so now I'm here just kind of doing whatever I do. I travel around, I work doing events and galleries and private readings. So, and I just want to expand in order to be able to help those that need my help, that I'm able to help using these gifts.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when you sent me the picture, I've been having a lot of feelings. They pop up, words and images and things like that, and feelings pop up. And so with this, with her, it's this. The image pops up and I'm getting chills now. So I know she's definitely here. So in that form, with that, it tells me here that I don't think she's among us here now. I think she has definitely crossed over. I don't want, but if that's not the case, I don't want to, again, my words are, I want to make sure I'm really responsible for my words, because I don't want to give false hope to relatives that are, missing her and loving her and hoping to find her. In with us, but I feel like the police are definitely close to finding her in the time frame of cancer. I really feel like that's going to be really soon. I think they have probably been really, really close, and I'm getting chills again. She said they're really close, and probably aren't too far off of like the location of where they will find her. And when I asked where she might be, she said she showed me a river or flowing water, and she showed me a bridge that maybe that's where there's a bridge of some sort. I can't tell you if it's a big bridge or what, but it's definitely running water. And I don't know where she's located, but the water is definitely flowing. It's not like a pond. It's something that has some kind of flow and movement. And I feel like there's definitely either she can see a bridge, or she saw a bridge, or she was near a bridge when she entered the water. I don't feel like she was alone when this happened. I feel like there was definitely a witness. Because they kept saying the word gang in my head, gang. So I didn't know if that meant like this person's a part of a gang, or if this was just, there was more than one person. around when this was happening to her. I feel like this was something it might have been an acquaintancy type person, like she may have recognized this person, but I don't think this was definitely a loved one at all. I feel like if she was with a loved one, the loved one got scared off by this. I do feel like there was somebody there to witness it. And I feel like, I'm not sure if the person will come forward. They're saying yes. So yes. So maybe the person will come forward, but not until probably she's found. Yeah, they're saying the word after. So the word after comes to me. I also feel as if she was definitely held down. So there's bruises on her body. I do feel like there's definitely fluid and things in the lungs. So that tells me that maybe they might have gotten frightened, that they did some extra, I felt like there was something on my throat, some pressure on my throat. So maybe they were trying to like hold her down and then thought something happened to her. So they thought maybe she had already passed, but she actually, I feel like there's fluid in the lungs, and that might have been the actual way she might have passed. But not short of being abused in the process, because I feel like there's bruises on me. And I feel definitely there's something here, and I can't breathe. I can't talk. My throat is very dry and sore. So there might have been something down her throat. I don't know, but then again, there's also the feeling of the fluid there, as well as this person's been watching her for a while. So and this person is not alone. This person has witnesses of how he acted. I feel like he's definitely more robust. He's not like a skinny little guy. I think he's got some substance to him. And I do feel like he's been watching her for a while, almost in a stalking way, but talking big talk, but people don't believe that he'll take it to that next level. And sorry. And with that, but it's the water that's the flowing water, and there's going to be something where if I'm correct in what she's showing me, or what I'm being shown, it's definitely near water, and that there's something going to be like, I don't know if there's logs or debris or something on the side of where she's at that she's going to appear. I definitely feel like there was a car involved. It's more of like a sporty car involved in this. I don't know if that was just her transportation or if this is her car, but she's showing me there was definitely, she was transported from where she was originally to where she is now. But the police are definitely close. She said, keep looking. I'm getting chills. She said they're very close. She will appear. And I keep getting chills even more so. So yeah, I feel like definitely that she's been trying to communicate, definitely. So and leave kind of, if there's a specific detective or a specific family member that she was really close to that are having dreams, I don't feel like those are dreams. I feel like that person needs to pay attention to their dreams and the messages they're getting in their dreams. Like if they feel like they're dreaming about her, she's saying something, leaving a message, showing them something strange in the dream, this might be messages and clues as to where she is and because she wants to be found. And she wants to have peace for her family, and so that they can be at peace with at least knowing we're laying her to rest and being able to visit her and give her the right burial that she needs, if this is all happening the way they're showing me. Otherwise, please don't give up looking. I don't want to put any fears.
Right. Yeah, great. So stand by. You're going to be interesting to see what comes up. Stand by also. It was interesting. I was talking to a person the other night, and she said, Grizzly, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I said, what? She said, I don't eat ham and cheese sandwiches, but the past 2 days, I had to go to the store and get ham and cheese sandwiches. And I was like, what was your dad's favorite sandwich? And she said, ham and cheese. And I was like, that's your dad inside of you wanting a ham and cheese sandwich because he wanted to taste it. She's like, shut the front door. And I'm like, no, that's how spirit does. I'm telling you. Yeah. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, people don't believe it, but it does. Next up is Melinda. And let me see if I can pull her case up and action.
Hi, everybody. So Grizz gave us a case to work on, and this is what he gave us. Let me see. Let me pull this up here so I can show. The only thing that he gave us was a picture. So let me pull that up. So that is the picture that Grizz gave us. While I go over what I got, I'm going to leave this beautiful girl's picture up. He did not tell us anything other than here's the picture, work on the case. So what I did, my actions that I took to work on the case is I perform intuitive evidential mediumship to determine any prep location and what I mean by prep location, to me, that is, I thought I better stop and explain that. Prep location means I start looking at the location. That is the first thing I start doing. And then I look at weapons, and then look at suspects, possible, homicide motive, like any vehicles, location, dousing. Those are all the things that I use when I work on these cases. So the first impression I got was that this beautiful girl was deceased. The dowsing, what I got on my dowsing is I doused to see if I could get what state she was in. And I got a major hit in Arizona, and that's where I am from. Now, the motive, it was really a little bit weird, some of the things I got, but the main thing I got was human trafficking. But it turned bad because I kept getting she was a fighter. She was very tough, very strong-willed. And I do feel that the person of interest are two males. I don't feel that she really knew her attackers. I didn't get that at all. The kind of vehicle, now this is the part that really, really floored me, because I was getting at least 3 to 4 vehicles that was involved in all of this. The first thing I was shown was a dark colored SUV or a van. It wasn't showing me exactly, and I feel that was like a vehicle that was going to be used, but wasn't used, and I don't know why. Then I saw a 4-door, smaller car. It's possibly a Chevrolet. And then the next car I was shown, which really, really floored me, was it was like one of those fast cars, maybe like a Camaro or a Dodge Charger or something of that nature. And, but I was shown all these different vehicles. And then the weirdest part, I was shown a Mercedes car, and I don't know what that is in reference to, because it was like not a part of the perpetrators or suspects vehicle. It was just like I was shown that image just for a brief moment. So I do criminal profiling, and so I do feel that the persons of interest, that they have done this before, as far as trying to, because I feel like that they kidnapped her or that kind of thing to, and again, I feel it was connected to human trafficking. So I'm going to give you my summary in it. I feel this is a murder. I feel there was a lot of anger and torture toward this girl because she was a fighter. She was someone that would not back down. I felt she was hit on the back of the head because I felt sharp pains on the back of my head. And I feel that she was severely tortured. I kept feeling something being poured down my throat. I kept coughing. And then I smelled bleach. So I don't know if they was using bleach to try to get her to stop screaming or what, but I was like being forced to drink something. And then I smelled bleach. I did hear a gunshot also. And then I started asking, can you show me where this took place, or where this happened? And I kept seeing a freeway or interstate. So possibly, since I got that it was here in Arizona, I started dousing, and I feel like it was like down in what we call the valley. So the Phoenix, Tempe, Mesa, area and off of I-10, because I did get it was a freeway or an interstate. And as I stated earlier, I doused and I got Arizona was the state. And then it was like it switched for a few minutes. It was like I was being shown a beach, and then I asked, was this the Bahamas or Florida or Texas or California or Hawaii? And when I said Hawaii, I was shown a yes. So there was something with her connected to Hawaii, but I'm not for sure what that is either. Let's see. Then the number 333. Now, to me, being a psychic, a medium, that is an angel number, but there's something significant about 333 with her. I feel that she was a very loving person. She loved with her entire being. She was very strong-willed, tough. But at the same time, she had that funny side about her. I kept hearing the word prankster, like she liked to pull jokes on people and that kind of thing. There was something about a road. I kept being shown a road, and I kept asking for the name, and I got the word mill, M-I-L-L. So I feel, that this was they intended to take her for human trafficking, but she put up the fight, and it was like they were so angered, and like this was like they just tortured her and to get her to be quiet. It's a very sad case. And to the family, I would like to offer my services to assist in this case to try to bring justice for this girl. It's just a very sad situation. I believe whenever I was asking her age, I got between the ages of 21 to 24. So somewhere in that age range. And I've got a daughter in that age range. And, but anyway, guys, that's what I got. Now I did do 2 images, 2 sketches of the perpetrators. And they will either look very similar to this, or they could have by now. And when I say by now, I feel like in the last 4 months, they have changed the way they've looked. But this is what I was shown whenever I asked, what did they look like? So let me pull those up. This is the first one. So I feel that the first perpetrator looks very similar to this. And I do feel that he was like a more stockier person. But that is the first one. Okay. And then I'm going to bring up the second perpetrator that I got. Let's see here. So that is the second person. He was an older male. When I say older, I'm going to say probably 40s to 50s. The first one, I feel he was like in his 30s, maybe. So that's everything I got, and it's really an honor to be here to try to help on these cases. This is what I do, and but again, I would like to offer to help the family in any way I can. And Chris, thank you for allowing me to come on here and do this with you guys. It's much appreciated. Of course, I'm at work, so that's why I had to do a recording. And everyone take care, and everyone please say a prayer for this family. This is such a tragedy. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Jennifer, recap. What we got?
Dang. All right, let me get the news video ready up here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is where everybody's going to be like, oh, this is going to start making sense now. All right, let's see. Oh, you're waiting on me. I'm sorry.
Oh, do you want to start over?
Mercedes Vega's family and
Please.
friends.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been 1 year since a Valley woman was brutally murdered. 22-year-old Mercedes Vega was last seen leaving her Tempe apartment complex. Hours later, her body was found inside a burning car on I-10 near Tonopah. But this story gets even worse. The medical examiner's report revealed that Vega was tortured before she was killed. Despite the gruesome nature of her death, her loved ones still hope and pray for answers and justice. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono has more on how they marked this somber anniversary.
Mercedes Vega's family and friends marched from Hance Park and ended here, hoping to send a message to investigators inside this building that they're demanding answers. Mercedes Vega! 1 year ago today, 22-year-old Mercedes Vega's loved ones never thought they'd be here.
I miss my daughter so much. I'm angry. I'm frustrated.
The night of April 16th, 2023, surveillance footage shows Vega leaving her Tempe apartment for the last time. Officials say she was going to work and had abruptly canceled personal plans. Early on April 17th, as her car was found parked illegally near Mill Avenue.
There's the charger.
Dead inside
And
the
the
back seat
333.
of a burning car on the I-10 near Tonopah. Vega had bleach in her throat. She was shot in the arm and had blunt force trauma to her head.
Someone who can do something like that to a 22-year-old beautiful young woman is less than human.
The violent nature of her death making it even harder to stomach that 1 year later, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has not publicly identified any suspects and no arrests have been made. Mercedes Vega! On the anniversary of Vega's death, her parents and loved ones marching in her memory. Ending in front of MCSO headquarters.
If you can't solve something after a year, you should step up and say, you know what, I need to get every organization that's involved in helping us. That is why we're here.
Sheriff Russ Skinner releasing a statement saying in part, I am shook and outraged by the senseless murder of Mercedes Vega. Our homicide detectives are continually collaborating with local and federal agencies to pursue justice. And on Tuesday night, MCSO releasing some new information, saying they discovered video surveillance of Vega's car being left in Tempe, and they've executed search warrants on numerous accounts and devices. But for Vega's heartbroken loved ones, that's not enough.
This is insane. A monster did this, and she just did not deserve this. She deserves justice.
Knowing that such a bright light was taken, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense.
As family and friends pause to remember who Mercedes was,
One of the most loyal and loving people I've ever met.
they're vowing not to give up this fight until there are arrests and justice is served.
We're going to fight to the end of our lives for her.
And if you have any information about this case or what may have happened to Mercedes Vega, you're urged to contact either MCSO or Silent Witness. Silent Witness is offering a $2,000 reward. We're in Phoenix. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca.
So, did you see what was on everybody's T-shirts and banners? 333.
Yeah, that was that was on the license plate, and then they had the picture of the angel with her as well.
Right. So, so she was actually Christopher. She worked, and we'll call it a gentleman's club, not even a mile away from her residence. And they believe that she was on her phone on that video, not paying attention, and she was attacked in the parking lot in that building when she left that corridor there. So, and that was it. But go ahead.
They also had I don't know why. Can keep talking to them? Can I pull up the 911 thing? I don't know
please.
why, but I feel like that's important for our panel to hear, and I can't explain why. So
Sure.
I'll do that for you. We're talking.
But so whoever, I don't know if it was somebody from the gentleman's club where she worked, but for whatever reason, she quit. Just quit working. So we don't know. You know how it is in those clubs. I know some people kind of frown on me when I said that, but we know the type of people that frequent that area. It can be all types, including politicians, doctors, and attorneys, and we all can agree with that, right? And people are not going to go in there and be interviewed. So you're not going to know who was there or who is there. So, however, it had to be somebody that knew her in where she lived. And like you all said, that evidently probably stalked her. So, but I don't know if they searched her phone records. But what's really strange that none of her friends or associates, however you want to deem necessary to classify them, came forward and said about any of her relationships or any issues with disturbances with any other people in her life. Nothing.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, very strange, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, Sally would be like, oh, no, that Tom guy's a freak. Wouldn't leave her alone. You know, we had to kick him out of the club. None of that. So, I don't know. So, when she gets this 911 call, we'll play it for you real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. So, let's see here. But you all hit everything on the head and the stuff down the throat. And yeah, that was usually when I see cases like that with bleach involved, it's usually to cover up body fluids. I'm just saying. So,
all right, we're ready.
All right, here we go.
And the 911 calls in the Mercedes Vega case. Last April, Vega, a 22-year-old living in Tempe, was taken from her apartment complex. Hours later, her body was found inside a burning car on the side of the I-10 freeway near Tonopah. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono has been covering this case. And Bianca, what do the 911 calls tell us?
Mark, we know a driver passing by the burning car on the freeway reported what he thought was just a car fire, and that call came in past midnight on April 17th last year. The caller described seeing the vehicle down in the bushes on the side of the freeway and flames inside of the car. And most notably, you hear the caller tell the dispatcher he saw at least one person outside of the car. Now, Vega was last seen in surveillance footage here from her Tempe apartment complex. She was walking to her car in the parking garage. Her parents tell us she was then abducted, and just a few hours later, her body was found in the back seat of the burning car. But a medical examiner's report revealed she was also tortured. She had a gunshot wound to her arm, blunt force trauma, and she had bleach in her throat. Again, we've obtained the original 911 call reporting the vehicle fire, as well as the call from DPS over to the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office when first responders discovered Vega's body. Take a listen.
DPS 911, where's your emergency?
I just want to report a car that's on fire across the side of, it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10. About the 85.5 mile marker. He was like down in the bushes, but I saw a flame inside the vehicle.
You said there's people outside the vehicle?
I believe I saw at least one person outside, yes.
And the car Vega was found inside of was not hers. Records show it was a Chevy Malibu with a salvage title. I have talked to the previous owner of that Malibu who said she turned it into a Peoria car dealership in June of 2022. That's almost a year before Vega was killed. Vega's car was later found parked illegally with the keys still inside of it near Mill Avenue. Authorities confirmed they do have surveillance footage of her car being left there. Now, despite this homicide happening over a year ago, there have been no arrests in this case and no suspects have been publicly identified. If you have any information at all about this case, you're urged to contact MCSO or Silent Witness. We're live in studio. Bianca Bono, 12 News. All right.
Now, didn't we determine that she was still alive when the car was on fire?
Yeah, one of the reports said that she was.
Yeah, they were suit in her life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I mean, you know, my theory was it was someone that worked at the club. That was who I was thinking. That's just.
Y'all have any questions? Everybody said y'all did a wonderful job. I agree.
You did.
I mean, especially, yeah, that was a hard case. A wonderful job.
I don't
So-
think they're done. Whoever these people are, I think they're going to be doing it one more time, and I think they're going to be able to find who they are, because the next time it'll be a little bit messier. So
Did anybody
and I
with
feel like, yeah, and I feel like her messages that are coming through is she's trying to like let people know that this next person might have whatever we're seeing and feeling for her might be what might be happening to the next person, and she wants them to be found. So
did anybody come up with an e-name yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
no.
Let me see if it's on their Facebook page.
Because there's something about connected with her. There's an e-name connected with her.
Huh.
Yeah, but once again, you know, everybody that she knew at the club, we have no knowledge of any of her, we'll call associates. So
Okay.
One of the admins of the Justice for Mercedes Mariana Vega Facebook page, one of the admins begins with E.
So I don't know.
interesting.
Just
That's
keep
a-
seeing it. There's an e-name involved with her.
Interesting. Well,
It looks
ladies
like
and
the girl
gentlemen,
was a friend of hers, so I don't know.
if you have a case and you want us to look at it, you can email it to us or get hold of Jennifer or myself. And we'll take a look at it. And from coast to coast, around the world, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you on the next show tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a mysterious case. Take care, everybody. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.